record everything we say?
Yeah,
Yes.
so she can hear whatever.
That'd be cool if like something really like bad happened in class.
Whoa!
No. And then they're like,
Like
what
Sister
happened?
Mary's
And everyone's lying. And then like, yeah, and then it's going like, oh my god. What?
All right, we're going to look at polynomial and synthetic division.
Oh wait, I like
This-
synthetic division.
These synthetic division is nice when you're doing a linear binomial, but let's look again first at long division, which is very similar to what we did for the warm-up. That's why I chose that warm-up. I want to divide x cubed minus 2x squared minus 9 by x minus 3. And we'll go through this. Since you've done it before, we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but give you some practice. Remember that if we're dividing this term by this term, what we get, the equation that we get should be an x squared equation. It's going to be, since this is linear, it's going to be 1 degree less than the x third. So this goes inside the box, and we have our x cubed minus 2x squared. Now notice I don't have an x to the first power, so I have to have a placeholder. So I'm going to add 0x minus 9.
Are we doing regular division right now?
Regular long division.
Okay.
Right, but each exponent has to have a place. So notice it starts with 3, so I have 3, 2, 1, and then a constant. So this, just like long division, we see how many times will x go into x cubed?
X squared.
X squared. So put my x squared above the x squared term, and then we multiply. X squared times x is x cubed. Those should always cancel out when we subtract. X squared times negative 3x is minus 3x squared. Now remember, the next step is to subtract. So sometimes it's helpful to have a different color. We're going to subtract x cubed, and since this was already a minus, it's going to become a plus. Because when you subtract a negative, it becomes a positive. So I found that sometimes it's easier to use another color so you can see the sign change when you subtract. So x cubed minus x cubed is 0. That term, this should always cancel out if you did it correctly. Now, 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x squared gives me x squared plus 0x. Have to hold that place. X goes into x squared. X times multiply x squared minus 3x. Again, we are subtracting, so I'm going to change the signs. And when we apply that operation, we get 3x minus 9. So x goes into 3x 3 times. And this one divides out evenly.
Looky there.
So we could say, the book talks about a division algorithm, and that simply means that 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 9 is the same as x minus 3 times x squared plus x plus 3. Those are we just factored when we divided by x minus 3. X minus 3 times x squared plus x plus 3 gives me what's inside the house.
Where is the 3x cubed inside the house?
Oh, it's not 3x cubed there. Thank you. So that shouldn't be there. Thank you. No, he's paying attention. So he caught my mistake. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
I appreciate it. All right. Let's, you try one. Let's do, divide x cubed minus 1 by x minus 1. What are you going to have to watch out for?
The x squared. You have to
the x squared and the x, so you'll have to add some placeholders. So divide this one out. Okay, so that one is done correctly. Let's look at one where we divide by a trinomial. All right, we've got negative 5x squared minus 2 plus 3x plus 2x to the fourth plus 4x cubed.
Oh, wow.
And I want to divide that by 2x minus 3 plus x squared.
I remember this.
Okay, so what's the first thing I need to do?
Put them in order.
Put them in order, descending order, standard form. So we have 2x to the fourth plus 4x to the third minus 5x squared plus 3x minus 2. And we also have to put the divisor in order. Notice the outside the box is the divisor, inside the box is the dividend, and your answer is the quotient.
So under the house is the dividend.
Under the house is the dividend. All right, so how many times does x squared go into 2x to the fourth?
2x squared term.
2x squared times, so that's going to go over the x squared term. Let's see if I can, nope, I thought maybe I could move some of that out of the way. So 2x squared times x squared is 2x to the fourth, that's what we wanted there. And 2x squared times 2x is
4x to the third.
4x to the third, and then we get minus 6x squared. So when we subtract, we're going to change all those signs. And it's nice that the first two terms cancel each other out. So we get x squared plus 3x minus 2. X squared goes into x squared.
One time.
And we get x squared plus 2x minus 3.
Oh, gosh.
What? Why is everyone?
Okay, we have to change our signs. 3x minus 2x is,
X.
and negative 2 plus 3.
1.
So we have a remainder this time.
Yes.
We have a remainder. So if we divide that first term by the second term, our answer is 2x squared plus 1 plus x plus 1 over x squared plus 2x minus 3. This is our quotient,
Just like the good old
and
days.
this is our remainder, just like you learned originally, except this time we're dealing with
This is like
polynomials.
the one thing I'm good at now.
True. Yo, we're going on 3 years of algebra right now.
So.
You better be like,
All right, any questions on long division? So the first key is put everything in descending order of the power. Be sure that every power is accounted for. Now we'll talk about synthetic division, which I know y'all all like. All right, synthetic division we can only use when we divide by a linear binomial. In other words, it has to be in the form x minus k. Okay, so that's a linear binomial. That's the only time you can use synthetic division, is when you're dividing by a linear binomial. So if we had, let's say that we wanted to divide x to the fourth minus 10x squared minus 2x plus 4, and I want to divide that by x plus 3. Okay. That is a linear binomial, so I can use synthetic division. You've seen this before, so remember we have our little box over here. It said that the linear binomial has to be in the form x minus. So that's x minus negative 3. So negative 3 goes in the box.
I wasn't a fan of this.
All right, now I list the coefficients out of my dividend. And so we've got a coefficient of 1. I have to be sure and hold a place for the cube term, so I'm going to have a 0.
oh, I forgot.
Then a negative 10.
Oh,
a -2, and a 4. And we just bring down the first term, 1. And then we multiply by what's in the box, by the -3. We add, and then we multiply. We add, and then we multiply. We add and multiply. And this is our remainder. And we're always 1 degree less than the original polynomial equation. So this equation, the new polynomial, is x cubed minus 3x squared minus x plus 1 over x plus 3. You remember doing this, Maddie?
Yeah.
Pretty easy? Sometimes we just have to be reminded. This comes in handy a lot. In college, whatever math class you take, you'll probably have to be able to do this. Even I use it in calculus, synthetic division. And we're always happy when we can use synthetic division over long division because it's a little bit quicker. So let's do another one. Let's divide 5x cubed plus 8x squared minus x plus 6 by x plus 2. All right, what goes in the box?
-2.
-2. Then we just list all our coefficients. Am I missing any exponents? No, so 5, 8, -1, and 6. So just bring it down and multiply. We add and multiply. Add and multiply. And this time we get a 0 for our remainder. That means that x plus 2 is actually a factor of the original dividend. So what is our new polynomial?
5x squared minus 2x minus
Plus 3, 4.
Plus 3. That's our new. All right. Questions?
We always have lessons like that.
I wish, but it doesn't work that way. We have to learn new stuff sometimes, but we just needed to review a little bit. All right, on page 156.
Can you record your lessons like this Thursday and Friday?
Are you not going to be here Thursday and Friday?
I'm not going to be here the rest of the week.
Why are you going?
My great grandma passed away.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. I'm sorry. Where does she live? Where did she live?
Shiner, near Gonzales.
If it works, some lessons work better